And now again, because you've been using STEM for a while, I'm going to show off a bit at this point. So you've probably come across the run period dialog, which sets when the model starts and how long it runs for. Now, you have probably played with these things. So there's a thing under shorter time periods, you could say, I'd like to run my model for a number of years in quarters. So if I say 5 there, you'll see that my graph now gets some more granularity. And if I show that graph as a table, what you'll see is that it's actually generating numbers every quarter for the first 5 years, and then just by year for the second half of the model. And indeed, if I say I want the first 4 quarters in months, then it'll do it monthly for the first year, and then by quarter, and then by year. And this is quite convenient I mean, business cases tend to be the most sensitive at the beginning. You tend to have the best data at the beginning. The further out in time you go, the less certainty you have and the less point there is in trying to be specific. STEM allows you to mix and match if you want to. The reason I'm actually showing this is because I just want to make this point about it being the end of year 1 and the end of year 2. So you'll see that the exact point when it achieves 2% is quarter 4 of year 1, and the exact point when it reaches 15% is quarter 4 of year 2. Now, if you wanted it to actually be not quarter 4, but maybe quarter 3 of year 2, even though it's not obvious because we try to keep this simple, in fact, you can type in what you like in this period box, and I can, rather than just having year 2, I can change that to say quarter 3 year 2, and it knows what that means. And you'll see that the graph has changed slightly, and now it's actually reaching 15% 1 quarter earlier.
Right.
So that's all I'm going to say about this. In fact, I'm going to turn it off in a minute just to keep things simple. But basically, there are two aspects to this. The first aspect is if you want to generate results in quarters or months, it's as easy as asking for them in the run period. Conversely, if you want or need to be more specific about when your input data points are, if you need to say it's not just the year, but if it's actually month by month or quarter by quarter, all of these inputs that allow you to specify a year are just as happy to understand a quarter or a month.
Okay.
Very often you don't need to, but it's really nice that when you do need to, it just does it, because if you're in a spreadsheet and you've built your model in years, and then your client says, well, actually, I'd like to do the model in quarters now, in a spreadsheet, that's basically start again. Whereas in STEM, it does this all the time. So it's actually really easy. Anyway, for now, I'm going to turn all of that off because we don't really need it. And I'm going to put this back to the original plan. So just to make sure, so it's basically, it's 2% and then 15%, and it's an S-curve.